Well, welcome back. Tonight we're going to try to get the 416 Allis Chalmers lawnmower running. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick around because it's coming up. Alright, so you saw the previous video of the 416 getting a bath, and it turned out pretty good, but we still have not had the chance to try to get this thing fired up. We did a short overview. We looked up underneath the hood and realized that the fuel tank was loose and not connected. I don't really know much more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this thing fired up. We're going to change the battery out. I'll put the battery that we actually used in the 314 in this, and we'll give it a shot and see what we've got going on, if anything. Before that, we need to get the fuel line hooked up, and we need to also get the fuel in it. I bought some straps for this fuel tank, but I'm not sure if they're going to fit, so we'll give that a look as well. If they fit, fine. If they don't, I'm not planning on putting a whole lot of fuel in it anyway, so it really probably won't matter. But anyway, flop over to time lapse and we'll get this thing going. Alright, so I got the battery out. Went ahead and moved the fuel tank out of there as well. I just wanted to look at some stuff. I think some things have been relocated. The starter solenoid right here on the 314, it's mounted in these holes. Now I feel like that this model here, it should also still be mounted there. There's been a lot of rewiring done here. Just kind of been tracing it out. There's some connections that are loose. The positive side of the solenoid was also loose. This wire right here is not connected to the switch that runs down here to the lift portion. So not quite sure what's going on with that. The light here is not connected, and I think that on the other one, when the switch was on, and then you had power for your actually I think it was for the deck. Yeah, it was. So the switch is missing up here for the deck, for the front belt pulley, and if you recall that last video, that wire was not connected. It's sitting right here. So, you know, that needs to be figured out and ran up here to the switch. When the switch is on, this light up here will be on so that you know that there's power to it and that the deck should be turning. So yeah, there's a lot of things that's kind of been moved around here. So I'm going to have to acquire either a manual that has my wiring diagram on it or something. For this video, I think I can proceed on just trying to get this thing turned over. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with that. But these other items I'm going to have to get figured out. So, for now, we'll just go ahead and we'll set that battery in. And hopefully I got some spades that'll fit that. I don't know, man, that's pretty small. Fit that. And this one, and then we can at least get some enough power to maybe turn that engine over. At least see if it spins free. Check voltage, check the make sure I got spark. We'll do like we did the 314. We'll put that inline spark plug tester right there. Make sure that is good. Lights, you know, they're not wired up. This one on the left here is missing hardware. I mean, it's all loose. Fall out of there potentially. So yeah, we got a little work to do, nothing crazy, but anyway, get the battery set in here and then we'll get it connected and we'll see if we got anything to turn it over. Okay, so I got the battery hooked up, and I just want to test a couple of points of voltage. I had to kind of do a makeshift connection there because I didn't have anything to fit that terminal. So I got power there. I'm going to check down at my solenoid. Get zoomed out where you can see. Got power on top side of the solenoid, which is coming right off the battery. And then there's a hot wire running off that battery down to my switch. Whoa. Crossed that up there. Down to my switch, so that's good. And that's just my other switch that was going to run the lift down there. All right, so all that's good. There's nothing over here to the coil yet, so I'm going to turn my key switch one notch over. Got power to the coil. Should have power on that other side. I don't at the moment. I got my inline spark plug tester in place, so I'm just going to try to turn this thing over and see what it does. Man, that thing's loud. I got spark though. So, I think all I need to do is just get my fuel line hooked back up and the fuel tank, and I could really just kind of set that up here at the top. I don't want to tuck it down in that rat's nest. There shouldn't be any reason why this thing won't fire. Shouldn't be anything at all that would keep it from starting. But I am 99.9% sure that that was to be the starter solenoid was supposed to have been over here on the side. This short wire right here is exactly the same as it is on that 314. It comes right up from the starter. It's got that little boot over it. Comes right up from the starter where the red one is and connects right up to the solenoid. And then you have a short cable from the solenoid right over to the battery. So yeah, that's going to get rewired. I want to go ahead and start the thing. I mean, I'm this close. I'd hate to cut all that stuff loose and redo it, put the right ends and stuff on there and get them all shrink wrapped up until I kind of test it out. So I guess we're at this point. Let's get the fuel can and we'll put some gas in that tank, hook up my line that's just tucked in here. Looks like it was cut right there to get it off of there. No big deal, probably just cut that loose. And there's the other connector. Hopefully the thing won't leak. It doesn't look that pretty. It's missing the connectors on both ends. No big deal on that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that and then we can get this thing fired up. Prior to starting it, I'm probably gonna maybe move it back away from my bench area right here. I'll push it up here close to my tools just so it was a little easier to work on. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm gonna get some fuel, get that tank prepped up, and then we'll see what we can get. All right, we're gonna try to start this thing. I got gas in the tank down there. I got it replumbed. I got a few little leaks out of the bottom of that tank on the connection, but I'm gonna hold it up and then see what we get. see. Sounds like it's got good compression too. Alright, let's set my fuel line down here. So evidently I'm not getting fuel where I need it. Yeah. It looks moist in there, so I want to say it's getting it. I don't know what this little thing is. It almost looks like a primer or something. Try again. Now it's got fuel of that, I just saw it drip. One thing, this throttle shaft is loose, very loose internally. Choke it. So I don't know. That's got a carburetor issue. While that thing won't start, I may do the good old shoot a little ether in the edge of it and see what she does. Alright, so that was interesting. Use the ether to get it going, and then that allowed it to, I guess, go ahead and draw in that fuel through the pump there. And then she was running on her own fuel, but it was smoking blue like crazy. Look at this. You can see it. Blue means burning oil. So maybe one of those things where I just take it out and let her get warmed up and let her run for a while and see if it clears up. Heard guys using seafoam and had some good luck with cleaning engine components and fuel systems out, so I may give that a shot and see if that can help me out. But I guess the bottom line is we did get the 416 running. Still got some work to do as far as the wiring goes, kind of getting that stuff where it needs to be. And then we'll get that fuel tank mounted where it's supposed to be at, get my hose fixed, it's leaking down there. And then we'll see what we got going on with the blue smoke. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, leave comments if you guys got a 416 yourselves and you got some pointers. Leave them in the comments below. Have a good day.